Welcome to Wilson's channel.
Welcome back to another live podcast episode. This is the Chat with Wilson segment. I'm the host, Wilson, and this is actually going to be a solo pod. It's been a while since I've done the other one. I think it was actually earlier in the week. No, 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So 2 weeks ago, we've had quite a few episodes in between where I had one-on-one conversations with people. Had a very special episode where it was 3 people interviewing me. So that was like a nice little switch up. So if you guys haven't seen all of those, it's on my YouTube channel, !PVODs. There's a huge playlist which includes the old podcast that I had before rebranding to the Chat with Wilson. It's called the Chang podcast, which is what it's labeled as for now. All right. So today, again, episode 19. It's a nice way for me to just talk about what's on my mind and to answer a lot of people's questions or to talk on specific subjects. I have a little text box right here, which is titled updates for now, because I guess I'll just be updating you guys of what went down this week, because I didn't really get a chance to talk about the weekend. It was more so I hopped back on just to play Valorant the other night. So if you guys saw me playing Valorant, there's that. That was on Sunday. Yeah. Okay. Updates. So, since the last episode, which was last week, been pumping those out. Got three down. Thank you to Koi, thank you to Casey, for being wonderful guests. Your episodes are live. This past weekend, let's see what we did. Let's start with Friday. Friday is like one of the best days to look forward to. It's literally like the end of the week from work where we just chill and have things to look forward to. It's more of like the social life aspects that I look forward to. And so Friday was it was Fairlane. So Fairlane is a melodic EDM DJ, right? It's very similar to William Black, if you guys are aware of who William Black is. So Fairlane was playing, and we've seen him before. A month or two before. However, he played at a different venue in San Francisco. So God bless, because those who live in the area in SJ didn't have to make such a big drive. But yeah, Fairlane was quite an event, quite a fun event. And why? It's always because of the people that makes it very enjoyable. Had a nice showing for the pregame, because it is an event where it was free guest list, which means you get in for free if you go by or before 11 p.m. So we're just out chilling with the pre-gaming squad as usual, what we typically do when we go there. Welcome in, Cherry. Thanks for dropping by. Hope all is well. Doing a little solo pod recapping the weekend. Yeah, so pre-gaming includes a lot of alcohol consumption, which is a good and bad. I mean, it gives you that liquid courage and it makes you feel more loose and excited for the event, just like event ready. But you honestly don't have to drink if it's not for you. But that's what we did. Great pregame. Had probably about 10, 15, maybe even more people by the garage then. And then what do I remember? What do I remember from this event which makes it significant? So, how it always is at these events is just grouping up with friends and just honestly just drinking and vibing out to the music. The fun, even more fun part for me is definitely trying to go out of the way to like meet other cool people around the club. And overall, I would say the night was it was good because there's so many people. I love it when pier or just like that venue's filled up rather than like having a dead club, because that's never fun. I've only seen it like dead once, completely dead, a few months ago. Kasala, welcome in. Rah, appreciate you. So, great vibes with friends, lots of drinking, definitely. I would like to give Denny a shout out, the homie Denny, because he's always like buying alcohol and he's a wild child for sure, but he's like he feels the life of the party basically. Makes it so interesting. When was it dead? The last time Pierre was dead that I could recall was at Man Cub. So if you remember Man Cub. Joseph, Mish, hello guys, hello friends, welcome in. We got a solo pod. Yeah, Danny the GOAT. Joseph was thinking of going. I remember he mentioned that to Pierre, but then he had his own plans, which is okay. Joseph's been going out a lot. Yeah, life of the party with Denny. I did have friends who had a table, which was really exciting. There was a birthday girl. Her name, I didn't meet her, but I know her name's April. And then there was like a whole big ol' crowd, like 30, 40 people around that table, which was nuts. Yeah, I hope you had fun with emo night. And then we went. I think the night took a turn. Well, I've met like a lot of cool people after that. I could name so many people, but it's all good. The night took a turn when our friend Kenny and also Jericho had space at the DJ table. So this was the first time where I was ever invited to the DJ table, which is literally the table next to the stage. So that is literally where everyone's facing, and that's just the DJ's personal little booth right there. And there was not a lot of people there, surprisingly, but it was pretty lit to be able to go up there. So I was with Hi at the moment, and then Kenny was like going back and forth with between the DJ, talking to DJ himself because that's his friend, and then there's like a lot of random people in that group too. I remember, and then Two and Jericho got up there. There was like a few girls sitting at the booth or the table, and I was like asking them how they knew like Kenny and stuff or Jericho, and it turns out they didn't even know each other. So I guess they just got like invited to go up there, which is pretty funny. But yeah, more free drinks and stuff, and even became friends with the previous DJ that opened for the main artist. So main opened for Fairlane. Yeah, I think they just wanted to invite like more people up there. Maybe they were friends of the other DJs or something, but I mean, they were cool. I was wondering why they were kind of like to themselves and seemed pretty shy. And then it all made sense. I was like, they're not talking to anyone. And I was pretty lit at some point, but I still know who was able to meet and was able to exchange a lot of info, contact info, IGs and stuff. Shout outs to John Jen, which is the DJ that opened before Fairlane. He's also gonna be opening for future shows like Crank That, for example, in June. So it's nice to meet more people in general, and it's really cool that he's a DJ. 'Cause he definitely threw down. Fairlane, because I've seen him before, I knew exactly what to expect, and it was just one of those nights where the music was literally background music for me. It was more of like a socializing event rather than like a rave club vibe for that particular event. And that's just what it is because of a lot of drinking and just vibing out, just chatting it up with people. So spent a lot of time talking. Uh, Good thing no one got kicked out this time around because we've had many friends get kicked out from time to time. So yeah, we all made it home safe, pretty much. That's like a more detailed recap. Yeah, I didn't hear about any complaints. Just a lot of different people from different groups coming together. That's like one of like my favorite things about it. Just multiple groups that you could just like talk to whenever. And then day 2. The night ended on Friday. Saturday was like, yo, quick recovery. I think I even streamed on Saturday. I might have streamed. I think I streamed for an hour before or so. But the plan was to go downtown to SJ to bar hop. And this is probably the third time that I've been downtown bar hopping within the last 4 or 5 months, which is kind of significant to me, even though 3 is not that big. I went the last time I was there was 2 weeks ago actually. So visiting downtown again. But actually, I wouldn't even call it bar hopping either. We literally just went to lab. Had a pretty crazy pregame once again in this one whole section of the garage with a lot of different friends too. So it's always nice to get a good mix of familiar faces and then just like introductions to new friends like mutuals. Got a group going. That pregame was probably even worse. Oh, Joseph was there this time too. Yeah. So the pregame was not. When I say worse, that just means we drank more. So, oh my god, even Caster came out. That was exciting. If you guys know Twanita Caster, I was definitely pretty lit, and every time someone was trying to make me drink, I was just talking out of my ass to try to get them to drink instead or to like pass it on to someone. So we there was a lot of gaslighting and instigating from my friends, and I just had to play around it, work around it to survive the night. And then once we actually got in, it's a very, very small, crowded area. But for some reason, a lot of people like going there, especially a lot of Asians in the Bay Area. It's like it's always popping though for sure because everyone loves going there every weekend. And what I mean is like when you walk to try to use the bathroom or to even go to the bar, you have to literally squeeze through people. And I know a lot of people wouldn't be comfortable with that, but then that's just like the lifestyle it is for that specific bar. Yeah, Caster showed up. It was so crazy. So typically we had a big group, so we wanted to hang out in an area where there was like decent amount of space, which happens to be next to the entrance in a little section there. So that's where we were for a majority of the night, or we're just like walking through again to the bathroom, to the bar. That was fun, a little bit chaotic. Had a few friends get kicked out this time. Um it ended more so at like 1:30, so the night was it was getting pretty late. I wouldn't say I got to meet a lot of strangers, like new people, but more so only like people through mutuals. But it was eventful to say the least. Joseph was living it up. The music was not EDM, it's just like hip hop and stuff, and it was super fun. Super fun though. Yeah, might not need to get into the details of like certain things that went down, but yeah, the friends, all the homies were so cool. Get kicked out. Yeah, everyone made it home safe. That's all that matters. By the end of the night, we were always trying to be safe and real about it. Oh, actually, just a quick recap again for the first night. I actually drank so much on the first night as well, especially because I went up to the DJ table and stuff, that on the ride home while I was getting driven home, I was definitely feeling it. Like my head was like spinning and everything. And I remember trying to eat fries, and it was the biggest struggle just trying to eat Jack in the Box fries. It was so good, but I was just going through it. Yeah. Core memory right there. So we survived. Great weekend. Sunday again is meant to be more of like a restful day, a recovery day, and what better way to recover than to eat good old tasty pot. Good old hot pot. So went to get hot pot with just a few friends, nothing much, and then just got boba after. That's like a pretty typical Sunday for me. And then just go home, recover, and then that's when I streamed, played Valorant. I did my placement games, guys, so you guys know that I don't play Valorant a lot anymore. So I played my last 3 placements finally. Went 2-1, which ain't too bad because we were 5 stacking, and then ended up placing in Plat 1. I expected to get either Plat 1 or Gold 3. So yeah, there's that. I'm glad we at least ended with a win. It's more satisfying to end on a win. We're calling it a night. So there you go. And then here we are just planning future podcasts, events, and yeah, we're pretty much updated on that regard. Yes, we got signups too. If anyone wants to sign up to be on the podcast as a solo podcast or a group podcast. I'm trying to implement more group stuff, but definitely check out the signups before anything because there's more info there. All right, other than updates, let's talk about, we're gonna go over some of the questions. I know Stay in Bloom is the big festival that's happening this weekend. I'll probably save that topic for the end because I'm sure there's gonna be a lot to say about that. Super, super excited. Saturday and Sunday, guys. You guys don't have anything to do, especially if you're in the Bay, definitely should go to that event. It's Dabin's first festival, and it's a 2-day event, separate days, but there's also an after party on Saturday night. But then it would be a heck of a drive because Saturday, Sunday, those events are on Stanford, which will be my first time going to Stanford for an event. And then the after party is all like in SF. All right. I'm just gonna call this one Amazon. Little update right here. I've been trying to save my money here and there, but you know, it comes to a point where I just had so many things that I wanted to buy. So I went for like a haul yesterday on Amazon. Spent quite a lot. I think I spent over $300. I haven't received everything yet, but there's a lot of things that I was shopping for. The most expensive thing, yeah, over 300 on Amazon is wild because I haven't bought stuff in a really long time. And then I just had like a whole haul, like a whole list of stuff that I wanted to get. I can't show everything. I only have like a few things on me. But I'm just gonna go down the list anyways. I bought some workout jogger pants, which is very necessary because sometimes you just gotta work out and wear joggers. I wear shorts a lot, but the main reason why I also got this is because I want to use it for potential festivals like EDC, for example, because it could get cold, and it also has like zipper pockets, and it was just the exact thing that I wanted. So I got one of those. Yeah, zipper pockets, and I also got like little polarized sunglasses for UV protection. I had shades a very long time ago, but I've been meaning to look for another pair to buy. But this one was super cheap. Probably not the greatest quality or anything, but I'm not like into glasses to even know, like to even like care too much about it. But yeah, I got some sunglasses. This wasn't too expensive though, in my opinion, because I know there's glasses that are like what, like $50+ This was only like around $20. Yeah, $20 plus tax and fees. And there you go. So wearing sunglasses inside. Not the move, but just showing y'all. Yep, just wanted simple ones. So got the joggers, got the glasses. The most expensive thing out of all the items I bought is protein powder. I ran out of protein, so I had to buy another one. I specifically bought like a gold standard one, so Optimum Nutrition. Got the chocolate flavor because I'm pretty good when it comes to chocolate compared to vanilla. I get tired of vanilla quicker. This is like 3 pounds, 44 servings. That's what it says. Gotta get protein. Gotta have my protein intake. I'm on that fitness journey. Personal fitness journey. Oh, and then, so more rave essential stuff. I bought some fans because I'd be losing so many earplugs and fans. Like once you get into the raving scene, if you, spend money on earplugs and fans, like I feel like those are the easiest things you could lose. Maybe aside from candy, like candy bracelets. But yeah, this time around I got plain like two like a package black fans. It's nylon cloth, retro fabric fans. So it's kind of like those fans that you could see at like in like kung fu movies or something. Your plug sponsor win. Yeah, I still have one more pair, so I didn't have to buy new earplugs. And then other two items that I got happens to be for my like skincare stuff because I've been trying to look for new ones and I've been running out. So I got like a face serum just to get that like extra glow and just to clear acne marks and blemishes, and then went with Paula's Choice, a exfoliant, salicylic acid. So this is the BH. It says BHA liquid salicylic acid exfoliant. Yeah. So I bought this, and then the other one's called, the brand is Minimalist. So it's just like face serum, kind of like those things where you squeeze and then you just put in your hand and then just like put on your face. This thing's actually pretty expensive. Like this one compared to the other one. I think this was like, this is my second time getting this, and I've been using it and I've been loving it. So I wanted to get another one. It's like 30. Yeah, it's like 45. No, it's yeah, $40. $40. It's 35 then plus taxes and everything. Shit's expensive. So those are probably the two most expensive things I bought: the protein, and then that. And then I also got some more I got more like sleeveless cut off muscle shirts because, to be honest, I like wearing those mostly, like most of the time when I go to the gym. And they're also great for like to wear under other outfits for like festivals. So I've been like, I'm thinking about, both for fitness and for raving. That's coming in like tomorrow. I also bought like another like a button up type of shirt. It's like a two colored tone. It's like a beige and black themed type of shirt with a pocket too. And then the last few things I got, which is why it's like over $300 because I bought all these things. I bought like a good set of 5 running shorts, like gym pants or gym shorts. And again, I wanted zipper pockets because those are super useful for events. Going to events without pockets or zipper pockets is kind of scary nowadays, especially if you're in SoCal or something. A lot of pickpocketing. And then the last few shorts that I've had, the pockets, like zipper pockets, would break, and that'd be super annoying. So it's like, yes, the previous ones I had were really low quality. And then to top things off, I bought a whole new set of like beads for candy bracelets. Just because I want to get prepared for, just EDC and future events, make candy. I do have a lot of candy, but it's mostly ones that I've traded for. So I only have a few left of like my own candy that I made. And then I just got some like stretchy string for those bracelets. I wanted decent quality strings because I hate it when you just like pull on it and then it just like snaps easily. That's like the worst. The worst feeling, to trade candy and for that shit to break. What's up, Drew? What's up, Phantom? You donut? It's okay. It's okay. I was just updating, doing some updates for the pod, and then now I'm finishing up my Amazon haul because I just spent $300+ on buying a lot of Amazon stuff. Technically it's more than 300. It's about 400 because I forgot a few days ago I put in an order to buy a Dreo Smart Tower fan. Because if y'all didn't know, my room is like a made room, so it doesn't have any AC or it doesn't have a heater. So it's getting close to the summertime, And the hottest that it's been recently has been maybe like in the 70s in Fahrenheit. And I'm in here burning in my room. Like it is not good. It is really, really bad. And it doesn't cool down until it's like 7:30 or so p.m. Today, not a great example, but in general, it gets super hot. So I definitely needed a fan because the other fan I got is way too big and it's not strong enough. Heard you talking about candy? Yes. For my haul, since I spent like about $400 on a bunch of Amazon stuff just to prepare myself for like future events and just like workout clothes and for skincare. That's what I was talking about. I bought more candy because I want to make some more. Jetty, welcome in. Hope you're feeling better. Jetty, I don't know how you do it. You have a beautiful voice even when you're sick. It's crazy. You should take off your shirt. I think that would help. Okay, actually that's true. But in this case, I will not. All right, so that's the little update. Remember, if you guys have any questions you want to ask, it's anonymous. Feel free to fill out this form because there will be a segment on this pod at least where I will do that. Was that streamer for the people? One time that I've done that was for the charity stream. Good times, good times. All right, so we talked about my Amazon haul that I just had. I couldn't show everything because it's still on the way. I talked about the updates of what I went through this week. And now let's talk about healthy habits. Yeah, let's talk about this. Healthy habits and personal growth. Someone actually suggested this be like a little topic or a question type of thing. And I'll just go off on the fly of what I've been doing. Healthy habits. All right. The first thing that pops up to my head is healthy habits. It's very relative to going to the gym for me. That has been a huge switch up. I could talk about unhealthy habits too. I have a question for you. Yeah, feel free to ask. Like, feel free, whether if it's on the forum or if you just want to ask in chat since you're here. I was very unhealthy in my opinion before I started going to the gym. I think I talked about this briefly before, but then that's why the transition to the gym was one thing that was like very, very important and life changing. The second part is actually committing like the time and effort to like progress within the gym. What I mean by that is when I was going to the gym, I was very inconsistent because I would prioritize like coming out with like stream events and stuff, and I would only go like very sporadically, no consistent schedule. But fast forward, I'm on that very consistent grind. I go at least 5 days a week, Monday through Fridays, and then I save the weekends for like chilling, recovering, or even going to events, using those like as excuses as like staying active, especially when it comes to dancing. So yeah, a few healthy habits. I could talk about like the specific workouts and stuff too. Okay. How often do you reflect on yourself, and do you ever feel like you're not progressing as much as you would like? And in those cases, what do you do if applicable? Is this like a general self-reflection, or is this specifically for like the gym? Because I could see it for the gym as well. Since I'm talking about the gym, I'll definitely incorporate that. So yeah, healthy habits. Because I have a consistent schedule, is very nice. I think that's a really nice habit to get into the flow of things because I've heard that human nature or just in general people like having consistency or having like a routine. So for me, because I have work that really helps, I'm allowed like I generally wake up early, get a good start to the day. Work is work, it's whatever, but then I get to tackle on all the gym stuff and the exercise by the afternoonish. And plus, I'm eating on a very consistent basis too every day. I think the only time I don't is literally weekends, unless I try to figure that out. But I generally eat breakfast and then got like a nice lunch. I've been eating so many sandwiches for dinner, and then there's also some dinner at home, which is super nice. So I'd say like my intake, my calorie intake, I don't count it specifically, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good because I'm also incorporating a lot of protein in my diet, especially protein powder. So those are like some of the healthy habits. Having a consistent schedule, literally working out super consistently, and then sleeping and waking up on time. I've been pushing myself to sleep like around 11 or 12, maybe the latest one if I'm just like in bed, but it's still very consistent then. The only time it's not is again is if I have events on weekends. Weekends is like a wild card. Maddie, welcome in by the way. Appreciate you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I have the mindset now that I cannot miss. I cannot miss my gym days. The last time I've ever missed a day from gymming, it has to be if I was like on vacation. Like those are the only times. Speaking of consistency, this is the first month. Yeah, this is the first month that I'm gonna be skipping going to vacation in SoCal because I've been going to SoCal at least once a month since August. Yeah, I've been there. But before that, I like honestly, I've taken breaks before from gymming, and if I don't gym for a week, like my body will feel it. That's just me personally, and then I hate that. I'm at that stage where I have to go to the gym or I have to like work out and like just be consistent or I'd hate myself. That's like literally my self motivation because realistically, people can motivate you to so much to a certain point, but then it's you. You know, you're in charge. You got to take things, in your own hands. Hi, and welcome in. Thanks for checking in, buddy. What's up, broskies? So I can't say that there's times where I don't feel like gymming. It's just a part of my routine. And it helps because I have the gym is really like it's really close to my workplace. It's like right next to it. So it's literally a part of that routine. If I'm going to go to work, I'm going to go to the gym. My day does not end after work, it's after the workout. And then I get to go home and chill and do whatever I want. So, and then also healthy habits again, which has to do with routine, is trying to have my mind focused on something like personal projects or personal things that I want to accomplish. So, for example, like hobbies, streaming's like definitely one thing that I've been trying to be consistent with, and that's why I want to like push out my brand of like the Chat with Wilson podcast. And then I also again, I do want to like eat on time, so I squeeze everything in between. I try to stay as productive as possible, basically. But it's not necessarily needed for everyone. Of course, like at the end of the day, I do want to say that it's to your level of comfort and as long as it truly makes you happy. His ABV checklist, check out the paid course. What a website. Now I have that and OnlyFans. Yeah, it's definitely hard. I'm just in the phase of being consistent at the gym because I'm lucky that I also have someone to go with for the most part. But even if my gym partner doesn't go, it's totally okay because I'm gonna go after work anyways. And then I also do try to work out at home. Very little though, because I already go 5 days a week. It's just like it's kind of like a nice extra pump type of thing. For example, if you have your own fitness goal of like doing pull-ups every day, being consistent, getting better at it, then why wouldn't you want to like tackle that on and do it as much as you can? So that's like something that I have, a pull-up bar which I take advantage of just to get a good stretch to the body. And then other healthy habits and personal growth. I'll talk a little bit more about the gym because it is a huge, like, very significant personal growth. Like, gymming has helped me in many ways, both physically and mentally. I think obviously you could see the physical like growth, your portions of your body changing, losing fat, gaining muscle mass, starting to understand like your workout routine like a split. Yeah, those are very, it's very satisfying once you're able to either chase weights, or if you could visibly see the progression that you're making. It's all that's like very motivating for sure. And then for me, I like to take pictures every day and then, I'll look back on it and then see what I notice as a change. Like whether if it's like my freaking hairstyle or something. I've been taking pictures consistently too. That's like the key to a lot of things of what I'm doing today. As I'm trying to um figure things out in life, I do at least want to try to be consistent as much as possible. Uh so I remember when I used to go to gym with my brother, he would ask me to work out with him. Even if I didn't want to, I would say yes. Oh, okay, that's a good point because I used to when I first worked out, it was more of a social aspect. The reason why I would want to work out is just to go with friends and just to like have a good time and talk and stuff. But then as I kept going and going, I started being more, I guess, like strict and disciplined for myself. And then I started noticing like little changes to many things, especially of like how long it takes to like work out and do certain workouts and stuff. And then obviously, that it's busy sometimes during the day, and sometimes you just don't want to be at the gym for so long. When I went for like social aspects, I was probably at the gym for 2+ hours every single day, and that would take so much time. And then I would also like sacrifice stream time for that. It was like a back and forth. But now it's like it's pretty set where I have like a general time of when I want to be done, how much I want to get through. Yeah, just creating like that split for yourself. What's up, too? Welcome in. Hope you're feeling all right. You said I always worked out at home, so the social aspect was never there for me. Yeah, but it's like if your friends would ask you to go to the gym, or like let's say your brother, then when you feel like you don't really want to go for the gym itself, but more so to like go just be out with your friends, that as like the main priority, that's what I would take it as, a social aspect. Yeah, so the gym routine. I'll briefly talk about the split. Um for 5 days, I used to work out 6 days a week, but then I pushed it back to 5 because it's more convenient to just go like right after work. Otherwise, on weekends, I could take the time to go to the gym, but I've been trying to fill those up with having events or plans to look forward to or to do. But just definitely don't want to overdo it because it gets tiring sometimes if you go to the gym and then go to an event, but then go to an event the next day and to the gym. Like it's like if you keep doing that, if you keep stacking it, it's kind of like self-sabotage, because your body, a part of the growth is to have your chill downtime and to actually have that muscle recovery and just to like regenerate. So yeah, how are you feeling? I'm feeling all right. Got my nap in, got my food. Talking about growth, personal growth, other aspects of personal growth, and then the gym, or also with the gym is try to target everything, especially if you want to improve like in all aspects. Body portions, have specific targeted days and allow your muscles to again recover. um Eating wise, I want to say that I definitely have improved in what I like when it comes to what I eat. I'm more picky. It could come down to like the most little things. Like boba is a huge consistency in my life, and I love like boba and milk teas and all that. But one thing is like I started getting like half sweet, and that does make a difference over time once you constantly get more. Or sometimes if there's candy available, I would stay away from candy, or I would choose not to eat fast foods. I would just literally try to focus on foods that have a lot of more protein. Yeah, it's like those slight changes does make a difference. One thing that's a huge challenge when it comes to my physical fitness journey so far is losing that belly fat. Belly fat is absolutely insane, like insanely difficult. Like especially if you're trying to get abs and have like a nice core, dude, that you got to be so disciplined. Calorie deficit while intaking a lot of protein and working your ass off. It's kind of bad. Yeah, thank you for the 10 stream streak, by the way, too. Okay, so when it comes to that progress, because I'm talking about like a few of my goals is definitely just to have like a really nice aesthetic and physique and all like to be stronger. But the belly part is like the most toughest. Like you gotta accept that your calves is not gonna grow, but as long as you work them out, then you're good. But for like the belly fat, the body fat percentage, I saw a video. I think it was a YouTube short or a TikTok video about how it's definitely very challenging and it has to do with what you eat as well. But you cannot see results immediately, especially when it comes to like losing your belly fat. What he did is he showed this example by having a paper towel, like a full fresh stack, a paper towel roll, right? So what he said was that just imagine that working down each day is you tearing one single piece off of that paper towel roll. Once you tear that off, you see a big significance? No, you do not. To think about that as like losing your body fat, but just one single piece every single day. So you would only start noticing it once you start cycling through that roll. And that's how I've been taking it. That just like that approach when it comes to seeing like my physical development when it comes to my core and losing that belly fat. So in due time, I've wanted to try to have like a nice aesthetic, especially by EDC. Still a month away, and still more work I could do. So got to take advantage of that. And also, doing some cardio helps, like walking, getting a good balance of like walking on the treadmill or just like moving your body. Not necessarily running, but like walking helps from what I learned. So yeah, burning more calories than what you eat. And then other personal growth. Aside from physically trying to stay healthy and having like a set routine, your mental is so important. I feel like because I try to be as optimistic as possible and I try to see things, in a good light, um that has helped me personally in many ways. It just having that like positive energy rather than thinking about the negatives helps for one part because it's so easy to feel down and to feel very shitty. I'm sure there's many different reasons or different ways you could feel very down and low. One for me, what I learned is that I would feel that way if I were to compare myself to other people. I also feel like I've talked about this before, but that's one of like the biggest like killers, like the negatives that you could think of. I forgot that quote. I think two said it before that comparison is the thief of joy. So I definitely do believe that. And that's why as I've grown, I started thinking about like, yes, don't focus on the things that you don't have and just take things at your own pace and just like figure things out on your own time. Don't be too worried about like things that you can't control, just like the tangibles. I never thought I would get belly fat because I have high metabolism, but it caught up to me. Once you're, the adult ages, I feel like, yeah, body fat, it just definitely catches up after school and everything. Raving helps. There's that fitness journey, and losing some more calories by going to events. Yeah, so that's like the topic about personal growth. Just not only that, having like a positive, more so mindset, and just having that balance of everything: diet, sleep, work, fitness, events. I think just having lifestyle changes helps. That's a good point. The alcohol is definitely, you know, counterintuitive, and it definitely goes against like the healthier lifestyle. But I guess you could incorporate that if you're just literally just trying to have a good time. I'm not gonna vouch for alcohol because I definitely wouldn't, especially because it's not necessary. But it just helps in many other ways when it comes to just having fun. I think other ways of personal growth, other than having that mindset of optimism, is literally putting myself out there and just trying to be better, like socially. I think it's just like human nature to want to like conversate with people and just to have interactions. So I think how I've improved my personal growth is to become more, I guess, extroverted, and just literally finding different avenues of like having that interaction with people, whether it's online or in person. So that's how I've grown, where I don't want to miss like opportunities of like meeting cool people, I guess I could say. I'm trying to ride that wave of just becoming more comfortable and confident in many ways, not even just like about myself, but just to be able to speak. So, yeah. So try to talk to people more, whether if it's like events, online, interacting, and just having that mindset of like, uh don't like just trying not to miss out opportunities before it's too late, or to like have regrets. I don't want to have any regrets. Like there's many opportunities that could be missed, but it's okay as long as you're just trying to improve that way. If you had set goals this year, kind of like New Year's resolution, how do you feel about your progress so far? When it comes to New Year's resolutions and set goals, it would mostly be about like my physique and stuff. I don't have like a set time. I had like a general time of like EDC of wanting to like have a nice, again, body and stuff. But I'm not being too harsh on myself. I'm just keeping things consistent, and I'm just trying to live life, live life with joy. No hard deadlines, I would say. It's more so just make these micro changes, and then it'll slowly build up. Since you're turning old, yeah, no. That's the thing. I That's a good point. A lot of people are like calling me old and stuff, and I know it's like jokes, but then I do feel old sometimes once it starts building up, and once I start thinking about like, being at a different stage of life compared to others. And that goes back to the comparison. Like, you shouldn't compare yourself to people, do what makes you happy and everything. But then you can't help but to like look at like some of the stuff that I'm doing, and just like comparing the age groups and the age gaps and all of that. So 20 is absolutely still young, and I would like, when I'm in my 30s, I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna be like, why was my dumbass like thinking that I was hella old when I was just like 27, 28 and everything. And it's gonna be the same thing moving on to the 40s and all that. No, don't worry, Jetty. I think it's just a good point to like bring up. So I'm proud of where I'm at, of course, with the age, and I'm happy that everyone has like very similar interests regarding the ages and everything. Angel, welcome in. Appreciate you. What's up? What's up? But yeah, not too harsh with the goals that I'm setting for myself, but personal growth. Uh, being better at speaking to people is one thing, but I want to be able to further develop relationships, which is it's hard for sure. Literally so difficult. Everyone has their own life to live, and it's very unrealistic that you'll be able to be close with like many people. But I guess if I were to at least try to like get to know them and to like understand like how I could possibly interact with everyone, I think there's always room for like growth and learning, and it'll be worth it to invest in relationships. That's just what I'm thinking. My mindset. Meeting new people is fun, but I want to take it a step further by to like actually getting to know people and to be like much closer and more comfortable with each other. Obviously platonically, because we could get into that all that social life aspect stuff of like meeting people. Many things to talk about. Holy, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like my head is like spinning into a rabbit hole as I progress with this conversation. Oh god, the bathwater. It's okay, Angel. You're still young, okay? Yeah, do a group pod. You're wait, what? Boyfriend application? Um, let's see. Freaking true. Where do I want to go with this? With personal growth, I was definitely thinking about very specific stuff and how much effort it does take to try to like get to know people and to be on that page of just it's the social interaction. I guess there's like a lot of life lessons to that and reality checks that not everyone has the same mindset. But I do want to note one thing. When I meet people, I freaking hate it. I hate it when I forget. Like, when I just forget meeting people or I forget their names or something. It happens so often nowadays. It's so bad. Like, I would be able to meet someone and then like it really like ticks me off. That's why I'm trying to get better at it. Although I know a lot of people have hard time remembering names. I want to be good at remembering names and faces. But then it sucks because sometimes when I meet people and it's during like a overstimulated situation where I'm at an event, like this has happened where oh my god, I'm all over the place right now. What I'm trying to say is I hate forgetting names. I love meeting people, but I wish we could become closer so the bond could be very significant and it could be something for me to like remember. Because for example, if I'm drunk and I'm buzzed and I'm a social yapper butterfly, I meet this person, that person. I meet 10 people through the night. Somehow decided to trade Instagrams because that does help. It does help if you trade socials and you could actually see pictures and stuff of the people and try to remember like what the interaction was like, that one single interaction. But there's many times where 9 out of 10 of those people I would probably never see again in the foreseeable future. And then by random chance, I would bump into them. And then they would be like, "Yo, what's up, Wilson? Like it's been so long or something." And then I'd be like, "Fuck, I forgot who this person's like what this person's name is." And I would be like, "Wait, I've only seen this person once in my life and they don't really look that familiar." Like that shit has happened and they were just like oh, it's okay if you forgot about me, and then I'm just like, fuck. Yeah, that's why I really, really try to be able to like correlate and to confirm like how I've met these people, who these mutuals are, how like what the circumstance was by name and face. Sorry, I forgot her name. Oh no, you're good. I freaking Joseph. I know exactly what you're talking about. That night got me so effed up in the head. Like I was, because I would get Instagrams and stuff of all these people, and they wouldn't have pictures or anything, and I would be like, shit, when did I meet this person? How did I meet this person? How did I get their IGs? And then I would have to play like detective and backtrack like all my steps while I was super drunk or not sober, or just because like I would screenshot their names and then like add it later. Many situations like that, just forgetting people. It sucks. Edgar, welcome in. Well. Hello, hello. Yeah, so it's something that is personally going to be very difficult for me, but I will do my best. Which is meeting new people, but trying to remember them, even if I'm only going to see them for that one time. Yeah, that's why it's nice to try to get close and to again build that bond where they could become more memorable, but it's not realistic. It's just not. That's a whole different level, Jetty, and that's pretty lit. Taking pictures of people and writing their names, like if you could get comfortable with that like that from the get-go, then I could see why that would work out. I feel like I don't have like that energy to be able to do that, or it would be a hit or miss. What's up, Vinny? Dude, there's no way you're selling your ticket. Don't sell it, man. Just go. What's up, Angel? You're also too famous, so that's a lot of memorizing for you. No. I'm just always constantly trying to meet like so many new people and everything, and it's honestly something that backfires. Like it backfires because I only get to meet them once, and then I just don't think about them over time, and then I just never see them again, and then it, and it's also like I'm probably more recognizable because I have like blonde hair and stuff. That happened the other week. I do meet a lot of people, and I don't take it as a flex. I take it as something that I really want to do in life. But it just sucks when I forget like who they are and everything. It's understandable, but I'm just trying to have like better memory. My memory has become ass cheeks as I've grown older. What's up, KC? Hi, KC. Hope all is well. When we going through a crowd before we do our first warm up, have to go through a crowd. Oh, probably not though. No, honestly not. Congrats, Angel! You told me that before, actually. I'm on a new Rafe friend story so that we all have a little convo history. That could work. No, what I do? What's up, Ali? By the way, hi, Ali. Thanks for being a part of the stream. Oh, you're talking about being famous, bro. I thought you meant because it's busy at the gym. This guy. That's a good one, Jetty. What I do every time I meet someone and we trade Instagrams, I would message them and then just be like, okay, actually, that doesn't help because I message everyone. So there's no significance. Fuck. Oh, man. I would just be like, oh, it was nice meeting you. Damn. Yeah, that happens. And everyone's always nice for the most part. But it's just like, when am I gonna see these people again, right? Some people aren't like, we don't have similar interests or, yeah. Random tangent and spiel that I could go on about, but I definitely love meeting new people. I really do. Selling Stay in Bloom ticket for $5. Dude, that's so crazy. Hell no. Vinny might be selling his. I'm trying to tell him not to. Yeah, that's personal growth. I still think it's great to put myself out there and to just meet people because there's always new stories to tell and just new relationships being built. It's very exciting, I must say. Dude, that's a good way to put it. Yeah. It's not about when you're going to see them again. It's keeping the door open in case you do. Yes, yes, yes. And I do end up meeting people, and it haunts me cuz I guess I'm very sensitive of like what people think, especially if it comes to this. I I bumped into someone. So the story is I met someone, let's say like 3 weeks ago, and then the week after I saw them again at another event. However, I met them in a very dark setting through a mutual, and it was very, very brief. Had one quick conversation, got their IGs. The next weekend, he was alone, bumped into him, and then he was just like, "Yo, what's up, man?" As if he knew me, and I just didn't recognize like his face like that yet, especially because I was drunk. So that's when he's just like, "Oh damn, you forgot about me. It's all good. It's all good." And I'm like, "I am so sorry. Well, I met you. I know where I met you and how I met you, but I just didn't recognize your face." Go to Kaiwachi instead is crazy, especially if he's gonna be in the back to back. You're like top 10 friends I would introduce to people. Thank you, Jetty. That means a lot. I appreciate that. I have met new people through you, and they're the homies for sure. All right, so that was a little bit of my healthy habit talk and personal growth. Lots more that I could grow in. I guess I could wrap it up with a little bit more about the gym stuff. Target all your body parts. For me, I definitely know what I need to improve on, and I'm just trying to be consistent. Gymming hurts, but it's a good pain because it means you're putting in the work. That's how you know. Oh my god, I just realized you pinned it. Stay in Bloom ticket for $5. Yeah, especially the booty. Oh man. You gotta target the booty with like RDLs or hip thrusts, cause yeah, I think that's like the best for me. What targets the glutes? Let me cop a feel at EDC. Oh man, I am like so excited for Stay in Bloom and EDC. You guys have no idea. I'm ready. I'm ready. All right, let's switch gears a little bit once again. What should we talk about? Someone asked about life advice and mentality. I feel like this is so similar. I guess I could kind of let it transition a bit and talk about some life advice I would give and the mentality. You guys already know the mentality I got. I feel like everyone quotes me on that. Um, Positive vibes only. Let's go. But it's okay. It's okay to not be okay as well, guys. Hella soft and warm. What quick life advice would you give? What would you give, guys? What life advice? It could be very specific to things like don't settle for less. Know your worth. All right, I got a story right here, guys. I got a quick story. So I know that so you guys know that I'm looking for a new job and everything, right? And I feel like I'm in a position where I just definitely want to step it up. And if I were to tackle on a new job and dedicate like my full 100% effort, I need to be happy in a happy situation. I definitely want to at least have the opportunities to do like big things, and so if I thought to myself, would I slave away my time and energy to commit to something to build like the experience and just to tackle on like a whole new lifestyle by jumping into something? Um, it's not guaranteed. I didn't even do interviews or anything. It's just some recruiter basically reached out. So it's they reached out for like a process like a manager role, which is freaking nuts. Like the pay's freaking insane, which is super good. But then the freaking recruiter was like hella rushing me, and I didn't like that. I was like, damn, like it's not my fault that you're doing things last minute or something, trying to get me to see if I'm interested in this role. Like I had to turn in so much like paperwork and like do like on the spot interviews with the recruiter, and it was very hard to understand him. Like I must say. So that was a thing where it would be really good pay, but it would be only it was a contract job for like only 1 year with a good company. And then I said, okay, sure, I'll try to interview for it. Like, what do I need? Blah blah blah. Yeah, I'm definitely making sure it's not a scam or anything. So there's that. I thought about because of that potential opportunity. I didn't get like an interview or anything, so nothing was said. I was just thinking to myself, like, okay, this is good. This is something that could potentially I could go for. And then a week later, the same recruiter talks to or calls me and was like, uh, he asked if I was interested in another role with the same company, but it would be like a lower position compared to the manager. Basically, just think of the manager role to like a non-manager role of the same position. So he brought that up, and then he specifically said, because I didn't answer the call because I was working, he left a voicemail. He's like, he basically said, "Would you be interested in this role?" Blah blah blah. And he specifically said, although the rate is um a lot smaller, blah blah blah. Like, would you be interested, right? And then that was the time when I heard that, I was just like, you know what? I put myself up to be willing to do this manager role with like this high pay, and I'm not trying to settle for less. So I emailed him and I said I'm not interested in that other role that he sent me, especially because it's like the same role but just not a manager. Um, I mean, it would be cool for work experience, but it's also like I had to weigh the benefits and the period of like the contract. The second role that he offered was like only 7 months, which 7 months could go by so fast. And I feel like a manager role with 1 year would have like a better, would be way better to add for like resumes and stuff. That job experience. Yeah, managing jobs is, I see why it's very stressful, high stress environment. So life advice from that is, do honestly have that work life balance where you're actually happy and not like hating yourself, and also don't settle for less. That could be in anything. That could also be in relationships now that I think about it too. And then um I feel like it all comes down to everyone is their own individual, where you're living your own life. No one should be dictating it. Where again, you shouldn't compare yourself to others, and you should just figure things out on your own time. Um for me, just life advice is definitely developing more friendships and just again constantly putting myself out there in many ways. I have so much room to like grow though. There's so much room, and my mentality, there's a lot of things that I definitely need to work on too, especially in the social life circle. A lot of people I see are really great speakers, really easy to get along with. Um I feel like I'm doing that, but I'm also limiting myself because I'm still super shy a lot of times, or I feel like I'm uncomfortable in quite a lot of other situations. So definitely need to up my game in those regards, or just be comfortable being alone as well. I guess more so in social settings. Like, have you guys think about this? Have you guys ever gone to When's the last time you've gone to a restaurant alone? Bro, Chetty, relax. Relax. That's what I am. That's what I am. You guys, okay, aside from work, because I could see how you would do that if it was because of work, right? Like I can't remember the last time when I would pull up to a place alone and just eat. I always go by myself. I commend you for that. I have huge respect for you. Yeah, like to me it's boring and I would rather to go stuff or I would just hit someone up and go eat together as a group, you know? Just have food at home. So I thought about that and I heard that it's really relaxing and comforting sometimes just to go out, treat yourself, go eat at a store alone, go shopping on your own, go watch a movie on your own. Like exactly, I have that mindset of you know what, I'll just save money and just go hang out with friends or something later and just the alone time is home time for me. What's up, Steve? Welcome back, man. What's up, broskies? Welcome to the Chad Wilson pod. Talking about life advice and having that mentality. I'm specifically talking about growth and specifically going out and eating alone. When have y'all done that? Seems like some of you guys have, which I do respect. But yeah, there's many things I need to improve on in social settings and just being comfortable. Like another thing for me, oh wait, it's fun to be with friends too, but sometimes you just want to do your own. Yeah, exactly. You do want your own time and alone time, but I have a hard time actually putting myself in public settings when I'm alone. Because otherwise it's literal peace and quiet just in my own comfort of my home. Another thing is I'm sure everyone or a lot of people have to have their own like thoughts about this, but when I'm in a public setting, I want to of course meet people and vibe and connect with people, but it's still so awkward just trying to make eye contact and to try to actually like talk to people at times. Yeah. I feel like my eye contact is so bad. Not when I'm talking to people one on one, like my eye contact is really good when it comes to that, but just putting myself in a crowd or just like walking around. Yeah, going solo is would probably show me the ways of that. You know what I mean? Like, for example, you walk into an event, right? Let's say you walk into an event. You're walking by hundreds of people. How often and like you're trying to get to a spot, right? Like let's say you're trying to meet up with your group who's at the front of the stage and you just got into the entrance. When you're walking through the crowd and everyone through the hallways and stuff, are you guys looking up, making eye contact with people? Like, what are you doing? For me, I would probably be walking towards my group. I'd probably beeline that shit and I would look up, but I wouldn't be looking at people, so I would not be making like eye contact and stuff. Yeah. So it really depends if you're trying to make friends and stuff, but that's just like a random example I could think of like how I actually do feel uncomfortable sometimes being in a public setting, and although it's a half and half, it's like an on and off switch for me. Side questing, I definitely gotta do that. Learn how to side quest. Yeah, it's probably a mood thing. But it's like even at the gym, like when I go to the gym, I'm not trying to make eye contact with anyone. But at the same time, of course, I'm not really in there to make friends, although I probably can. It's so weird. I feel like work and the gym are like the two worst places for like social activity, unless it's like close coworkers. Trying to make eye contact with his glute spread. Yeah, maybe you just really like company, nothing wrong with that too. Yeah. But I feel like there's just room for growth. At least I think so for that. Yeah, not much. Just a random spiel. A spiel. What other life advice would I give? What would you guys give? Unless you play pickup games at the gym. Yeah, or have like a set mindset of doing something social. Life advice: solo travels. Ooh, I've never done that. I'm still on the same boat with that where I would rather travel and just do things with people. Even when you travel, you could definitely have your own time, but I think it would be more worth for me. Let's go in a group. Breakaway Nashville. Oh God, you said Nashville. I think this one is pretty obvious of an advice to give, but wait, does traveling to see a friends with benefit is in a different city count as solo travel? Damn. Yeah, I think that does. I think that does count as solo travel. By definition. Life advice: surround yourself with good people. I know obviously everyone wants to surround themselves with the greatest, the best, the coolest people, great friends. But truly, don't stay in like friendships and all these relationships and stuff if it doesn't make you happy. Or if something bothers you. Ooh, another one's communication, literally for any type of relationship. Like I feel like it's not a good relationship if you're afraid to like talk to someone to tell them how you truly feel, right? That could also it could also be a judge of like how close you are to someone. Yeah, like if I could call you guys donuts, then we're pretty close. That's a good example, right? Super random. Going on vacation with I need to see everything people irking me because I get flamed because I go to relax. Oh, like you're in their city and you just try to you're expected to hit them up and all that. Hmm. Saber, welcome in, man. Thank you for the reset for 6 months. What's up, Saber? Yeah, more random conversations about that. But other than that, just have a good live your best life. Great mentality. Take care of your friends and family. Check in on them. Uh, don't don't have regrets. Learn from mistakes. So many general things. Could definitely go into detail, but I feel like those are something you could take. Taking Wilson to Kaiwachi, who's ready to grab him. Yo, relax, relax. Kaiwachi might be in a back to back on Sunday. Sending smokes and alias snatch Wilson. Crazy dude. This Friday's gonna have great music though, by the way, guys. BTSM's dropping their song, their remix. And Slander and William Black are dropping a new song. Exciting. All right. Just a few more topics. Do I want to talk about TV shows today? I could talk about TV shows. Or I could save it. I'll save that. I'll save that for another time. Let's talk about. I want to end with Stay in Bloom. I'm going to talk about Stay in Bloom. But then I'm going to look at the questions, exclamation questions, if anyone has something interesting to pick off. Ooh, someone has EDC tips. I'll lead this with this and then Stay in Bloom. We always gotta be talking about raving, especially when I'm actively raving. Can't type. This is so bad. A lot of the times when I'm speaking, I feel my head becoming empty, and then I'm just very lost with words. The other day, guys, I was doing like reaction stuff just to help out something that I'm doing for like extra side money. I was reacting to a video about are you smarter than a fifth grader type of little game show among a group of friends. And I swear they asked like 40 questions and I only knew like the answers for two of them, two or three of them out of 40 questions or something. I've never felt so dumb in such a long time. But it's also because most of the stuff that were said or the questions were just things that I forgot about. The things you forget as you grow older. But how would I use some of those things in the future? I don't know. Okay. Don't want to be woken up at 8 a.m. to hike. I want to be hungover and recover. That'll be the easiest lineup ever. Some brief tips, EDC tips. Tips for new ravers, and then also like personal rave stories. And when it comes to rave stories, I'm always thinking of like the bad stuff, I swear, because it's always a story to say like the bad stuff, but then a lot of great things happen at raves anyways, guys. All right, let's start with EDC tips. Chat, you guys could get involved and give tips yourself. Going off of the dome. You can always take more and can never take less. EDC tips: make one place your go-to lost person meetup place. That's a good one. That's a good one. All right. Definitely plan ahead if you're going to EDC. My God, these moths. Have a designated meetup spot. So look at the map. Realize that the map is a racetrack. It's a speedway. Okay. So make sure you guys are going, like, you have a general idea of the layout. You could also save the map onto your photos or your lock screen, or even the sets that you want to go to on your lock screen and photos, just to look back on it easier. But have a set location in case any of your members get lost, because you can meet up with them there at specific times. The specific meetup times, because there's no connection and service is like really bad at EDC. So you can meet in between sets, for example, or say like, okay, if you're lost, meet up here by like, let's say 3 p.m. or whatever set time, not 3 p.m., 3 a.m. The lockers is a pretty general good area to meet up at, or just like areas where there's not too many people, or even areas that are in between the stages you would like to be at. So there's that. What are you showing me? What are you showing me, Saber? I see this. Also bring make sure to bring earplugs, because they'll save you in the long run. So yes, earplugs. I was raving for many years before using earplugs, and having that ringing feeling in your head like after events is no for me. I definitely don't want that. Yeah, definitely keep your belongings close. Always, I would recommend having a hydro pack, because, or at least someone that will always have a hydro pack. Just prepare yourself with water and stay hydrated at all times. It's so easy to like get dehydrated and then to get lost among your group. Keeping your phones and belongings, having like a clutch loop or anti-theft stuff. That's really good for EDC or just any venues in general. There will be pickpocketers at EDC. I'm 100% sure. So make sure just to keep it strapped on you. If you're gonna hold a bag or like a little baggie, just have it in front of you, sealed. People could easily just walk through you and try to unzip it. Jet lost his phone 2 years ago and still found us because of our system. Yes, I remember that. Especially when you're trying to meet up with people and then you lose your phone. Definitely accessorize, uh, dress freely, express yourself, have candies and little trinkets for sure to trade, like Jetty said. It's very nice. It's a good time, and a lot of people are very open to meeting new people. When I call it adult Disneyland, it's like the Disneyland equivalent for ravers, but there is a huge difference. People go to Disneyland for like the theme of it, for like the food, for the rides, not necessarily to meet people, but this EDC is a great place to meet people. So, turn on your social battery, charge that up, go out there, yeah, trade candy, pearlers, whatever. If you guys want to bring a totem and have someone who's willing to like carry it around, have a totem. Totems would help you find your group easier. So those are like the flags, or just literal totems that people carry around to alert others that your group is there, or like to pin your location. Wilson's gonna find his love of his life. Oh, you're talking about EDC? And then if the love of your life is stay in bloom. Okay. Yeah. Also, another tip: don't go with expectations of finding the love of your life at these raves and these festivals. So EDC included. There's a probability that you'll meet some cool people who may or may not be the love of your life, but just don't have like 100% set expectations on that. Just let it happen naturally if it happens. Have great communication too, and if you are going to take stuff, you're going to take stuff that's going to blow your mind or make you go loopy, then make sure you're doing it in a safe environment. You do not want people to have to take care of you, or you literally do want people who could potentially take care of you if you're doing things for the first time, or just make sure you're being supervised, especially if you're like new to the scene. Oh yeah, just honestly just be respectful, just be a decent human being, have that mindset of like treat people the way you would want to be treated. So especially if you're walking through a crowd, have manners. Excuse me, thank you, sorry. And just be a good person. Don't be a shithead. There's a lot of shitheads there. And it's mostly the people that are pickpocketing. Same Bloom has hella heartbreakers and heartbroke. What the hell are we? Same Bloom hasn't even happened yet, and this is the first one. Ask them if they can throw it back on you politely. That is a crazy advice. Like, yeah, if you want to dance with people, by all means, just be respectful about it too. All right, what other advice? Have your ID. Do not forget your belongings. There's so many times where people would forget their stuff, like whether it's in the car, back at the hotel, Airbnb. Just be very mindful. Have everything that you would need, all the essentials: hand sanitizer, wipes. It's very useful to have emergency blankets too, or pashminas for comfort and to stay warm, because it could be very chilly at times. And note that there's gonna be a lot of dust, so a lot of dust can go up your nose and everything, and the cracks. What else? What else? Um, Again, be mindful of like what you consume, especially if you pregame. Take lots of pictures and save lots of memories. Just remember that EDC is a time where you could explore and expand your knowledge on all sorts of things when it comes to the music, the culture, checking out rides, foods, entertainment. You don't constantly have to just find yourself at sets catching like all these specific artists. You could literally have breaks, rest periods, and just literally do whatever you're comfortable with. Me, I have to learn about that because my ass is trying to catch set after set after set, and just to like be able to dance and vibe all night long, and that has taken a toll on me these past 2 years. And yeah, it's good to sit though. What's up, Merrick? We ready. What's good, buddy? We're talking about EDC tips at the moment. So if you guys have any tips, and then for new ravers. Yeah, if you're gonna split off from the group, you need to tell people. But I'd advise to tell at least 2 people, because one person could easily forget, especially if they're under the influence. So have a strong sense of communication. If you are going to use your phone to try to text people, turn off your iMessage or get access to like the internet there, whatever admin internet they may have, and also use timestamps. It's so important. Timestamps. Exactly. Be like, yo, where are you at? 3:32 a.m. And then they'll be like, oh, we're at our spot, the meetup spot, 4 a.m. Queenie, welcome back. What's up? What's up? Yeah, so it's very important to have timestamps because then sometimes you could get a random text message without a timestamp and be like, what the heck? When did I get this message? When are they sending this? And then you'll realize that, oh, this message is from 2 hours ago. They're not actually lost right now. It was just from before. Skip Dabbin's crazy. Oh, hell nah, bro. Never telling Wilson I'll BRB and he leaves. What? Hello, Queenie. Welcome in. It's Chat with Wilson podcast segment. Once again, just chatting about lots of different topics. Right now, we're talking about EDC tips and just tips for new ravers. Chatting it up. Other tips for new ravers. Let's see. Other than like accessorizing, all other things that are great to bring are like fans. You know, keep yourself cool. You could fan other people. It's a great conversation starter. Just ask Vinny. And then there's also what else? What else? Glasses. Yeah, those glasses. Different type of glasses. Whether if it's shades or what do they call those glasses again? Where you start seeing shapes and everything. Oh yeah, have like a refraction. Yeah, refractors. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you. Those type of glasses, you could see some cool ass like lights through those. What's up, Justin? How's it going, man? And then for meetup spots, have like a time window rather than specific times, because sometimes people could be impatient and don't want to wait too long. But if you have like a form of agreement of like, yo, we're gonna wait from 10 to 10:15, that's your window, or 10 to 10:30, whatever you're comfortable with, go with it. And then make sure to definitely eat and rest up and get a good stretch and massage after, because EDC takes a toll on your body. Meet the rails is wild. Yeah. Rave stories. I've talked about many rave stories from the past. A lot of that already has to do with like pickpocketing or dealing with shitty people. Lots of fumble stories. I'm trying to think of funny stories. I can only think of funny stories that has to do with like friends, other friends. That might expose them. Huh. Oh, another advice is like, if you're tired, do not force yourself to like commit to another set, because that is one of my mistakes. Last year, I was like, after Slander was absolutely amazing to close things off, and I was like, you know what? I think I could last another set with the group of people and try to go through Cascade's like morning set. And that was not it. That was so bad. Yeah, definitely you just go to the bleachers. Bleachers is by Cosmic Meadow stage. And or that one's like near the main entrance as well, but then there's just like so many places to sit all around. Don't get sick though, guys, too. Be wary of who you give like water and stuff to, and then some people might have gum. Don't take stuff from strangers unless you really trust them. Huge emphasis on that. If someone is trying to give you like candy and stuff, like actual candy that you could eat, just be wary of it, alright? Again, don't take candy from strangers. We have friends that have done that, but good thing they were safe. Yeah. And if you find stuff on the floor, like you know, stuff you could consume, don't take it. Yeah, don't take the free goods on the floor. Just pretend it's poison. My friends have done that. Yo, it's so dangerous. Don't do it. Floor loot is dangerous. A balloon? Now you're gonna get sick no matter what. Alright, you could also learn about rave lingo and terminology. So if you get sick from an event or festival, it's called wook flu. So it's likely that you would get that, especially after a huge bender. Okay, you got a balloon and gave it to a group of girls. There's that. Okay. Oh, and there's also, again, try to know where you are at all times. Like, get a good feel and understanding of the map, because you'll start to recognize where certain stages are, where certain bathrooms are, where the med tents are, because a lot can happen, and you never know when you'll need to go to the med tent. And just look out for other people too. Not only just people in your group, other people might need help at certain times. Yeah, just lots of respect. Angel, welcome in. What's up, Angel? Angel is our future podcast guest, guys. This Thursday, all right? Just a heads up. This Thursday, 7 p.m. If there's no set you want to, go walk around, explore. Yep, exactly. Take time to just explore and just to enjoy what's at EDC, because they're putting in so much time and effort to like set it up. So there you go, live it up. Don't be afraid to drag your friends to a med tent. Yeah, if your friends need help, their life is more important than anything, so just take care of them. If it comes down to it, you could yell at them later, alright? And if you want to sneak stuff in, like pouches and stuff, you better have a good hiding spot. Not gonna lie, their security's ass, which is pretty dangerous, I must say. But you could sneak in, like, extra alcohol or something, if you want to like save money and not spend there. Yeah. Scold them when they're sober, yeah, not when they're like super lit. Again, super communication so important. Especially because it's like almost a guarantee that people will split up for whatever reason, and then regrouping is such a pain in the ass when you're like constantly messaging people. Just have really good meetup spots. Yeah, just because like beyond the last festival, ooh, that was brutal. But we went through with it. Everyone had a good time. As long as everyone had a good time, big chillin'. Alright, I don't know about like rave stories that I could think of on the spot. I think every event has something interesting that happens by memory. And then I've been to so many where it's difficult to just like pull one up. Oh, the trap house? Yeah, we can't. Oh, those stories? I don't know. Maybe for the group pod stuff, because that was wild. Have a good one, Steve. Good night. Thanks for tuning in to the stream, man. You didn't try it? It was Soju Calpico. Oh, that was fire that he stuck it in. Yeah. When we cuddled too, shit was litty. Yeah, we could definitely save that for the group pod. You're right. I see why he's called the brown bullet, guys. I'm gonna leave that interpretation up to you guys. That's all I'm gonna say. It's more than 6 pouches. Create like a whole new record. Okay. I think that's good where we're at for like EDC tips for new ravers. Let's just transition literally to Stay in Bloom, since that's the big one that's coming up, and since people have been talking about it in chat too. I made a list to see how many friends are going to Stay in Bloom, Dabin's first ever festival that he's hosting in Stanford. 2 different days, Saturday and Sunday. It's weird that it's on a Sunday, which is why a lot of people are mostly going on Saturday. It opens at 4 p.m., so it starts pretty early, but it ends early from what I'm aware of. I heard it ends at 10 or 11. I haven't figured out which one specifically. There's also an after party in San Francisco at the Midway on Saturday. This Saturday at 10 p.m. So Dabin's going to be playing there again. And then 2 openers are Last Heroes and playing Hung Music. Probably end 11. And then Dabin might have a surprise guest back to back. Well, he is having one, but we're speculating that it's Kaiwachi, so Kaiwachi, yo, Dabin and Kaiwachi are about to drop Hollow VIP, alright? Hollow VIP on Sunday is gonna be lit. This is wishful thinking, so let's see what actually happens. That's how the Frost ones ends? Damn. Okay. Good to know, good to know. So, as a good friend, I would recommend that you guys go to all 3 events if you could afford it and if you have the energy. More so, I believe that you guys have the energy, so yeah, go. Go, go, go. Both days and the night for the after party. Again, 4 p.m. Dabin, the lineup is, it's like, for a festival, it's like a good mix. Feeling like Head in the Clouds, where it's just like some pop groups and DJs. Like, you get a mix of like concert vibes and also just rave vibes, right? Lineup is decent, but not amazing. I think the name itself and the fact that it's Dabin draws me into that event for the most part. Plus, it's like in a whole new location that I haven't been to, so I want to get that whole experience. I think Drew mentioned that the reception isn't too bad, right? Leave at the main event before traffic. Oh god. Yeah, so I don't know when or where we're gonna park and everything, but Dabin's version of Head in the Clouds is like a good way to put it. You could see pictures ahead, and it looks really nice, honestly. So, I have great high expectations for this festival. High expectations because I feel like I understand how it's gonna go down, and I feel like it will be organized. So I'm hoping for the best. We could talk about some of the merch. Did you guys see the merch that Dabin released for Stay in Bloom? Because it's looking pretty good. The Stay in Bloom merch itself gives me like such bluish green cotton candy vibes, you know, those type of pastel colors, and then a lot of throwback like console game designs on it. Blast from the past stuff. It's like very cutesy. The more I look at it, I don't know if I'm gonna get that. I might get the pashmina if anything, because I'm starting to love wearing pashminas. The light stick, I had no idea that light sticks were that expensive. I mentioned that to two. But the light stick does look cool, and I was thinking that would be like $10-15, and then when I saw that it was $60, and then I heard that K-pop sells them for like 80 a pop. Holy shit, that blows my mind. That is so expensive. The fact that the pashmina is $50, that is pretty pricey, but then glow stick is $60. And then we have the Howry, the other type of jersey thing, the open one, which goes over like a kimono, or reminds me of that. There's that version of the Stay in Bloom jersey. There's hoodies. There's a few T-shirts. They look pretty sick. I don't think I'd ever go out of my way to buy specific T-shirts, but then I don't know. Maybe the design just has to be really, really nice to me. They look decent. Yeah. So the T-shirts design, the Stay in Bloom hoodie is very simple. I like black hoodies. The design is a little bit appealing to me, like the greenish. Do you think they're gonna sell at the festival? Oh, I assume that they are, that they still have those because they released it. Like, I assume that they're posting it a few days ahead, showing that they have those. So I think there will be limited stuff for the ones that are considered sold out. The other Dabin jersey looks super detailed and great. I forgot what it's called, but you guys mentioned it earlier in chat. It looks nicer to me than compared to the Stay in Bloom jersey itself. And I expect that one to be sold out anyways. Yeah, very detailed. Like dark bluish. Should really buy merch for once. Yeah, if you do. At least once. What else do they have? The glow sticks. Oh, they have a little bag. Like this like strap bag. And then they have a little plushie So that was very interesting, like a little small baggie in case you need one. I think a lot of people are gonna be interested in having the plushie though. I wouldn't be surprised if I see a lot of people just carrying it at the event, just like swinging their plushies around. Maybe they would even trade their plushies if they don't keep it on the bag. Okay, so what are the real expectations for Stay in Bloom for those going? This is going to be one of the events of the year that, compared to everything else, this is the most people that I'll know I'll be going. That is going. Stay in Bloom is significantly smaller than EDC, and I know a lot of people are going to EDC. So just hearing that all these friends are going because I made a poll is crazy cool. It's so many people. And then a lot of people didn't even see my story or haven't replied, so I know for a fact they're going to. So I'm expecting this to be like one of those typical big Bill Graham events where you just see everyone, but this is set in Stanford and it's 2 different days too. Expectations are going to be great. It's like people that I've met at events and stuff, not necessarily the ones that I specifically rave with. Like, it's always like good vibes seeing them. But there's like, I know for a fact it's over around 60 people, because that's how many I've counted. And then there are groups of friends, of course, like more mutuals I haven't met. So I'm looking forward to it. I know I'm gonna see a lot of people. It's gonna be fun. Buying the merch, that'll be on the spot to think about. It's nice that to confirm that you can bring your hydro packs as long as it has 2 zippers. So having that as like a standard. Gonna have trinkets. I will make candy and be prepared. I got my outfit in mind as well. So I gave a little sneak preview of it when I was at my last rave event. So that was Sullivan King. But I'm actually gonna wear one of those. So I'll just keep it a secret for now. Specifically what it is and what it looks like. Like, it's very generic and easy to just wear like a tank top or a t-shirt and then just shorts. That's like the go-to typical thing for me. But we'll add in some flavor, spice. Gotta look like an upside down Dorito chip. Show off hard work, my boy. Dude, I'm not going shirtless this event. I cannot. If I were to, it would probably be like EDC because that's what I've been training for. Just like not just in general. I gave myself a general timeline of there, but who knows? It might not even happen at EDC either. So, Wilson, what? Nah. Bandy, welcome in by the way. What's up, Bandy? And then I'm already excited to make new friends and to potentially vlog. I had to think about the vlogging. Do I want to vlog at Stay in Bloom? And how much would I realistically vlog? I could vlog the trip there, the pre-gaming, entering, seeing what the festival looks like. Maybe catch a few sets and special moments. Maybe I should. I think I will. Ultimately, even if there's not going to be a lot of footage, I'll just make the best of the experience. And it'd be cool, like, if it is a back-to-back Dabin and Kaiwachi. What's up, William? Hi, my Pookie ABB. What's up, man? Welcome to the pod. And find multiple rave bays, one for each set, right? Dude, no, I'm not built for that. I'm not built like that. Sure, like, if anything, you could be there, and I could try to wingman for you, but nah. Backward shoulder rides? What the? Yeah. Okay, maybe I will. I'll just try to make little TikToks, vlogs, stories. I really hope the reception will be good because there's a lot of people that I would love to meet up with. And then, yeah, quote unquote special moments. Stay in Bloom. This is gonna be a busy week. So today, pod. Tomorrow, finally gonna hang out with Smokes and Allie again, and then probably like play board games. And then Thursday, got a podcast with Angel. Friday, going to the Imaginarium with Phantom and a lot of other friends. And then Saturday, Stay in Bloom Day 1. and then the afters, then Sunday Stay in Bloom Day 2, and then Monday is a nice recovery day because I'm taking that day off just to like let everything sink in. Watch, by the it's gonna go by quick, and then next thing you know it, gonna be like on episode 21 just talking about Stay in Bloom. I'm very anxious though, like I feel like I'm the most anxious when it's about pre-game time and when it's about to go in. And then once I'm there, like all the nerves, like I'm just like super chillax and stuff. Like overstimulated by like so much excitement and all those things that can happen. When are you going to Kaiwachi though? Like the back to back is probably gonna be the closer, so I think at 9 p.m. Yeah. At Stanford of course, and not in SoCal. Have fun though for all of y'all going to Kaiwachi in SoCal on the 27th, I think. Sure, it'll be super lit with y'all, especially with his new album or his EP. I heard you selling your Stay in Bloom ticket. I'm not, but someone's trying to sell it. Someone's trying to sell it for $5. It's crazy. You can make so much more than that. Come on now. Yeah, so those are the expectations for the Stay in Bloom. I'm going to make candy again, and I will make another poll to try to track even more friends that are considering it. Be ready. I'm so excited to see all the homies. All the homies come through. Especially those that I don't see often at events or anything. Hi Nat, thanks for checking in. What's up? You have work tomorrow? You're not asking me, right? Because you, like, I definitely have work, but all of you guys, yeah. Do you guys have work? Holy, people are asking questions. I love this. I love this. All right, we're gonna wrap things up by going over some responses. Oh, you're asking me? Yes, I work. You guys have questions or topics to throw in there? Feel free to ask away. These are some questions I'm gonna go over. Some of these questions are so troll. Holy. Alright. Let's see. How do I want to do this? I could just read them. I could just read them out loud. Yo, someone's pumping out questions right here. Holy, there's like about 30. I'm gonna change up the stream where you could actually see the questions. There's like 30 responses, which is good. Really good. Why are you so handsome? You're handsome. Too kind, RJ. Appreciate you. Alright, some questions I'm gonna skip though. Alright, let's. Oh, that's not what I want. This is gonna be a little bit hard to see, but I will stretch it out. Alright, how's this? Can you guys see it? See the question above me? Is it kind of visible? I feel like it might be. 10 minutes left, alright. I'm skipping some questions just to save it for next time. I'll answer some of them though. Thanks to you guys, I got some questions and topics to go over as we wrap up this pod episode. Again, it was a super random episode where I was just updating, talking about life. RJ has unlimited Riz. Unlimited. I talked about the difficult sides to streaming beforehand. The difficult side, it really depends on what your goals are. It's very correlated to that. Have a good one, Nat. Appreciate you. Have fun with it, okay? I mean, I hope you had fun with it and continue to have fun with it if you do more. Relax, bro. Wilson ain't ever lied. Yeah, I know. See, Drew has hella Riz. RJ has hella Riz. Never lie. Difficult side of streaming is if you're trying to set a specific goal and that you can't reach, it affects your mental a lot, especially like when it comes to viewership and trying to like reach maybe a set level, a size for your channel. Um, it's also when you have like imposter syndrome, or if you set expectations that you can't really reach, or that you feel like you're not reaching. That's like some difficulties where you could just easily put yourself down. Has happened quite a lot for others. For me though, I'm just gonna have this pertain to me. As of now, it's difficult talking. I get tired of talking even now, but I'm hanging in there. I'm grateful that there's always people to like yap to. And other things is like having specific content to want to stream is tough, especially if I'm not happy with it. But for the most part, I'm pretty content, and I'm just trying to have that drive and motivation to continue. Exactly, Boba. Like, it's literally your stream and your level of comfort. So you make it your safe space and do whatever you want, because, again, your stream. Cordell, welcome in. Appreciate you for dropping by. Finishing up the Chat with Wilson pod, episode 19. Yeah, so there's many difficulties with streaming, but those are just some of them. It really depends on the person, but for now, I don't think I have too much difficulty. I think I'm very consistent right now, which is very, very nice. Being consistent is kind of hard, but I'm in that like set routine of streaming. Thank you for the responses, by the way, guys. I'm just delete them right after. This one's the one I'm saving. Green and red flags for a perfect date. I'm just gonna have to. Oh man, I'm gonna have to look that up. I have to actually go on one to be able to tell. So let me switch that up. What are your current goals? I'm skipping that other question, guys. Current goals. I mentioned this before. It's to find direction right now in life. To do something big with the podcast. To meet a lot of people and build more relationships and connections. To find a career that I'll enjoy. And to be financially stable, of course. And definitely to take care of like my family and friends too. Maybe going on dates don't lie to us. I really don't. I don't. Drew, you probably do. Besides raving and content creating, you're also into sports as well. What are the sports you enjoy most? Can be multiple sports. Let's talk about it. Nice. Great topic. Definitely could get into the details of it. Right now, though, the current sport that I'm into is either like Valorant esports or basketball NBA. I'm a huge NBA fan. I'm more so a fan of multiple teams, but I love the Golden State Warriors the most. Although they did not have a great season this year and they have been eliminated. That hurts, but yeah, I enjoy watching it because I'm like interested in a lot of the players, understanding like it's like learning about their skill sets and just like the storylines that they've created over time. Right now, within the teams that are still playing, I actually want the Lakers to win though. Like at least against Denver. I want them to win. Because I want LeBron to live out his years just doing the best that he can. What the fuck, no? Okay, the Warriors aren't in. The Warriors aren't in right now, so I have to choose other teams. So I want the Lakers for that matchup. New York and Philadelphia. That's hard. I do want Embiid to succeed, but New York is like... I like New York as an org better. Then I want Embiid to like step it up and do stuff. Because they're the only one to be swept. I predict that Boston and Denver will make it to the finals. And Boston will have the better edge because they have a great overall team. I feel bad for Miami because Miami is not able to keep up without Jimmy Butler, but we'll see. Al, you watch basketball? What's up, Ali? Denver versus Lakers game go? Oh my god, that was brutal. Jamal Murray's game winner against AD like that was a huge slap in the face to Laker fans. Can't spell Lakers on L. What other teams? Just a quick rundown. Pacers versus Bucks. I haven't been paying attention to that series as much, but I know Giannis was sidelined in the first game. I think they were playing today. I didn't see who won. But I'm gonna give that to the Milwaukee Bucks because they're more experienced and they won a few years ago. Pacers are just getting into it, getting into the rhythm of like becoming a playoff team. Because my family watches it. Are you a Lakers fan? He was out and the Bucks lost. Oh, the Bucks lost today. Oh wow. So they're 1-1. Interesting. So they gave up home court advantage. Time Warp, thank you for the raid. How's it going? Welcome in, Raiders. What other games? Dude, Minnesota is killing it right now. They are beating the Phoenix Suns. I wouldn't have expected the Phoenix Suns to lose that series or to they just thinking about the overall season, the Phoenix Suns are at a lower trajectory than I anticipated. Expected them to be way better, and then Timberwolves have definitely surprised a lot of people. So they're killing it. Anthony Edwards is stepping it up. Yeah, he's just showing that he's a dog. And then they have like the Twin Towers. Holy. What else? Oh yeah, Olympic basketball is gonna be exciting to see. I want to watch that for sure too. With the roster they have. What's up, sleeping? Then there's also OKC versus Pelicans. I definitely want OKC to try to, take as many games as they can and just to make it as far, especially as a young team. Shea Gildress at the head of the snake, is what Dre would say. And then there's what other game is there? There's Denver. Oh, there's Dallas and the Clippers, Los Angeles Clippers. Man, I feel like that series is gonna be really close. I don't know. I just feel it that way. Kawhi Leonard being back, that's gonna be tough. I do want to give it to the Clippers though. Overall, then who knows what Luka and Kyrie can do together. Have a good night, RJ. Have a great work night, man. What's up, Time Warp? Long, good seeing you too. Rip Bucks tonight. I didn't see the final or how it ended, but damn, that's a big rip. And then in the East, we talked about Milwaukee. We talked about Boston, Miami. Who else is in the East? Like trying to remember from the top of my head. Ooh. Let's see. Probably pull this up. I can't even remember. Oh my god. Why is the East not memorable to me? The Eastern Conference. Do they not have any? Bro, okay, the Magics and Cavs. Okay, wow, that would have taken me forever to remember them. Holy. No disrespect, but they're not winning. Like, I know the Cavs are gonna beat the Magics because they're playoff experienced. So I'm giving it to them. Yeah, Celtics are gonna beat the Heat. That would be the biggest upset in like recent history. I swear if they end up beating Boston. Oh yeah, I already talked about it. The Sixers and the Knicks. I'm gonna give it to the Sixers for that. Even though they're down 2-0, I still think they can make a huge comeback. I can't choose because as a kid I grew up watching Lakers and then now it's the Warriors, but I've been caught up watching through social media and TV. It's okay to like two teams, honestly. Those are two like really big fan bases. All good. All right, yeah. So that's it for the basketball talk. Favorite players, I'm just gonna list a few of them. It has to be the Splash Bros for sure. But my favorite player of all time is Steve Nash. Curry is probably up there now because I've seen more years of Stephen Curry compared to Steve Nash, but those are like top two. Not the Steve Nash. Let's see when Giannis even comes back. Since they're down, they're 1-1, which ain't too bad. They just gotta take back one away game for the next two road games. Yeah, sports is fun to talk about. I'm not like a die-hard sports fan where I know like the specific plays and the drills and everything, even though there's so many podcasts out there, but I'm also like very invested in like being a casual fan, just like hearing their press conferences, their social media activity, stuff of that nature. Hope all is well, Time Warp. I appreciate you, man. Happy Tuesday, y'all. Steve Nash is, yeah, definitely awesome. Stephen Curry is like the scorer version, man. I swear. All right, we'll go through a few more. Will Wilson be on a dating show? I've been on a dating show before, but the funny thing is that I knew almost literally everyone that signed up to be on the dating show. So it felt like I was just chatting it up with my friends, and it was like I was able to be more extroverted, and I was able to like troll them a little more. That was interesting, fun. I don't really follow sports as a whole, but I'm Bucks bias. That's all good. Bucks is a solid team, honestly. Damian Lillard can only do so much, I guess. But yeah, dating show. Participating in a dating show, I would probably never do again. I've done it once, and it was very, it was such an uncomfortable experience overall. I'm just not built for that. I think it's easier being the Bachelor because it's like your own show, and you could literally just completely be yourself. Completely, like, be comfortable. Because everyone is, you're like in the hot seat because of the attention, but everyone else is actually the ones, they're actually the ones in the hot seats. Because they're definitely like competing against each other and like stressing out in that regard. So yeah, never again signing up for a dating show, but would be open to being the Bachelor or whatever again. Another streaming question. I'll try to breeze through these with giving like and elaborate a little bit on the answers. Streaming nowadays is very fun just to chat and keep up with people, but I do feel like I'm not meeting as many people anymore because I haven't been putting myself out there. I'm kind of like in my cave right now. How I like to connect it is with One Piece, where I was constantly on a journey, just like traveling around the world with my crew and everything. But at this point, I feel like we pit stopped into a cave and we never left the cave. So it's just everyone that I already know is just like chilling here for the most part. There might be like some stragglers that come across this like little cave that we're in, and I would be able to meet them. But yeah, streaming is just, it's not dull, and it's not like, it's not bad whatsoever. It's still very entertaining, and it's just like a cool way for me to just kill time and enjoy having conversations with people. And I definitely want to push out more and more of like streaming, the podcasting element. All right, we're gonna give it 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna call it there. I've actually, I think I briefly talked about this, fighting depression and loneliness as a streamer. I wouldn't, for me, I wouldn't say, I would take this as a question as like advice, like an advice thing for other people. I don't know what it's like to be going through depression and trying to stream, but if you're talking about being lonely and having like struggling in that regard with streaming, the advice I would give is to, one, realize why you're streaming and why you enjoy it, and if it's something that you truly want to do, and then focus on what you can control. So do things that you're enjoying, like if it's like gaming or just like talking, just whatever you're putting out there on the streaming platform, just enjoy it first before thinking about being like lonely. And then connecting with others, just literally trying to go into other streams and just like make friends, or like again connect with other type of streamers, maybe in similar niches, categories. Be a mix, like a viewer and streamer. I think that would help with the loneliness, because even talking in other people's streams can be very beneficial, and it could just it could be fun rather than just streaming all the time. Having that balance and understanding, again, like what you want to do with your time is very important. I'm sure there's other ways, but I feel like you should have an overall balance in your life, not just like streaming itself. Maybe do other type of hobbies and activities away from streaming that would keep your keep you in a more balanced and happier mental state. But we talked about this earlier about my physique. I initially wanted to start. I had the mindset of like, I want to look like I work out. So if anyone sees me, they could be like, okay, I'm pretty sure this guy works out. That was like my first goal, and now I'm just trying to be consistent and just stay healthy and improve the aesthetics. Future achievements, I want to do a muscle up. I haven't tried yet. I need to learn the technique. I mentioned that, and I do want to be able to lift certain heavier weights down the line, but I'm no rush particular. And I just want to be really good at doing pull-ups too. I feel like I'm very stagnant, and it really depends on the day. So that's weight training. Future achievements in that regard, yeah. Just gonna keep it to that. I feel like Bandy asked this question. Maybe. That's my guess. Can we have karaoke streams again? We definitely can. It's very. I haven't been doing my best of trying to do like group stuff aside from the podcast we just had. But we could probably do karaoke streams on the fly and just like invite people who are willing to karaoke. Yeah, I think it'll be fun, like a blast from the past type of thing, content. Miss those karaoke streams. Do you believe? Do you believe in love in first sight on Twitch? Not specifically love, but I feel like you could instantly be attracted to someone on Twitch, which would just like raise an eyebrow type of thing, and then you could go from there. I don't see how you could just fall in love just like that, because I don't know, it hasn't happened. I know that's like a saying. Not saying it's completely impossible, but not likely. And I do kind of understand where you could think of like a potential love interest. So, a open-ended answer, but leaning towards no. Yo, who wrote this? Drew, did you write this? This is a crazy question. I'm not answering this. What's up, Quiz? This is a crazy question. Show your work is insane as a follow-up to that. Wispy Bacon in the house. Yo yo yo. Yeah, let's not show the work, but I still appreciate the question and topic. Holy. You guys play Fall Guys on stream. I'm personally not interested in Fall Guys. I've played it before, and it's one of those things where I could play maybe like once or twice, and then I get burnt out easily. Like Party Animals, Fall Guys, those type of games, I just can't. I feel like I'm such a chill gamer now, and I have that mindset of just wanting to relax and just like talk, if anything. That's why I have these podcasts. Opinion on dating in the friend group. Dating within the friend group is always going to be risky. And if things go south, it could always somehow split a group apart. That's just being realistic. And I'm thinking of like the negatives. Because all in all, like if you're dating in the friend group and it works, then that's good, right? The dynamic could definitely change between people, and then new boundaries could be set. Just realistically looking at that, I wouldn't be like completely opposed to it, just in general for other people, but there's just a lot of things you have to consider. Plus, it's like who am I to be like stopping people from like falling in love or anything? If you like someone, then just go for it. Go for it. I mean, it shows character too if like people switch up and like change who they are because they're in relationships, or if they were to like date within the friend group. Like if friendships are meant to last, then they will. Like no matter the circumstances, what I think. No, show your work is crazy. But man, these are questions I would love to hear about for future podcast group stuff. I'm gonna save this question actually. This is really good. Answering them briefly, but then I'm just gonna save some for group pods. How's your love life? Are you in your self-care / self-free era? You seeking? Ooh, double eye emoji? Your friends do say that you have rid. I want to know which friends say that, and I want to understand their mindset of like why they think that. Um, love life is non-existent at the moment, which is okay because I have to learn to, or I've been learning to be myself, and just again, they list it as the self-care, self-free era. You could call it that. I mean, it's nice just not to need to think about someone else. That's like a huge change. But I wouldn't say I'm for the seeking eye emoji thing is like I'm open to it, but I'm not specifically making it a goal. Because realistically, it's just one of those moments where if it happens, it happens. The Riz part, though, that's very strange. Maybe unspoken, realistically, but spoken is just not there. It's not it. What's up, Kev? Pesky in the house. How's it going? As it should be, let it come to you. Yeah, I feel like there's many moments where I can feel lonely and stuff, but it's not necessarily because I don't have a like love or a significant other. It's just like a normal feeling sometimes when you just detach from yourself from reality. I feel like I'm always going to be in my self-care and self-free era. Like even if I'm in a relationship, I'll definitely take care of myself, and I would love to just like literally stay true to myself. Wilson got the riz of the Chads. What? Exactly. Loneliness is not a bad thing. Exactly. No, that's true. Being lonely, like you need that alone time. You just do. Whether it's to work on yourself or just to have like a clear mind, your own personal space, it's just like very healthy. Get a mix. Yeah. So great question. I'm gonna save this for the group pod too for other people, and just ask like use this as an excuse to ask how people are if they're like doing all right with their love life. Yeah, I don't want to be like dependent on anyone when it comes to like if I feel lonely. Saves the bank account. Real. True. It's bad only because you need that loneliness and are avoiding it. That's very interesting perspective. Yes, I think that you're avoiding it. I'm hella opinionated about relationships. That is not a bad thing. It's always nice to have open conversations. And I'm happy you signed up. Yes. Exclamation signups, guys. Whether if it's for a group pod or a solo pod, we'll definitely love to have you as a guest. Alright, I'm saving this. Great question, by the way. Thank you guys so much for asking these questions or having these like topics. Alright. Oh, someone asked this again. What do you think about dating within the friend group? Okay, so I answered that. Ooh, I'll answer like two more. Who else do you want to be a part of your podcast series? The podcast series is always going to be open to everyone who are willing to join. But um dang. Podcast series though. Who do I specifically want? I would love for all my like close friends to be here, like on the pod. There's just a lot of people that I could think of. I don't want to put them on the spot though, but if you guys have been in the chat, I would love for you guys to be on at least once. I've had many people already. Unless it can be adults. Yeah. I really briefly just talked about that too, so dating the friend group. That's gonna be one interesting group pod question to ask. It's more like I want to get a lot more people involved in the podcast series in like group setting stuff. Even though it might be difficult with like the different type of dynamics and chemistry. But yeah, for individuals, I would just say the people that I haven't gotten yet that I talked to. I'm also open to like meeting new people, but of course like certain gotta at least have one conversation. Gotta break the ice before breaking the ice even more on the pod. Oh, even this applies to streamers and non-streamers. So even people that I've met like outside in person and stuff. A chameleon, so feel free to throw me with whoever. And I love that. I love that you're open. Are you getting a rave bait at Stay in Bloom? Hell no! That is definitely not my intentions, but I could help you or anyone else in the group, alright? You get the Wilson Wingman services, okay? So, I got y'all. Like, I'm not gonna be rizzing anyone up at Stay in Bloom. Let's be realistic. Someone can rizz me up, but it's more likely that would happen than the other ways. It's being completely transparent. Stay in Bloom is definitely going to be beautiful, especially with the type of music there will be. All the sing-along songs, so, yeah. Hey, all you guys gotta do is point, alright? That's what I like to say. We've talked about this before. It's more likely for people to rizz me up than for me to rizz them up. So let me just put it at that. Check wristbands. Oh, wait, what? Are they gonna have a 21 plus thing? We'll see. I don't even know. Then there will be more future responses to look over for future podcast episodes. Alright guys, holy, I'm actually very tired of talking. Like, at least tonight. I think it's because I was very tired from today. But, just wrapping things up for this specific episode, which is just very similar to having a normal chatting stream. But it really does mean a lot to me when people submit their questions and, like, give me topics to just go over. It keeps things very interesting. And yeah, I think it's an 18 plus event. But, just a reminder, guys, we do have a podcast episode this upcoming Thursday at 7 p.m. PST featuring Angel. It'll be my first time actually having a one-on-one conversation with her, not gonna lie. And we're probably gonna cover so much. But it's been fun having a solo pod from time to time just to give updates. And we also just talked about a lot of things that you guys were interested in hearing about. A lot of yapping about self-growth. Yapping as in just being very repetitive too, now that I think about it. But I hope it was very clear at the end of the day for y'all. But yeah, if you guys are watching on YouTube, thanks for being here. Make sure to like and subscribe. Guys, we have exclamation signups in case anyone wants to sign up to be a part of a group podcast or solo podcast. We got exclamation socials. You guys could catch me on other platforms, primarily like Instagram and Twitter. I'm the most active on. Still working on things for TikTok and YouTube just here and there. You could catch these episodes. Then we got exclamation questions in case you do want to submit other questions and topics for future episodes. So yeah, catch you guys later. Stay positive, and thank you once again. This has been episode 19 of Chat with Wilson. Peace.